indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tom. Tammy, will you take us through roll call, please?
Yes, those present are Mayor Shaw, council members Baker, Armbrister, Kemp, and McVeigh. Staff present, myself, Tammy Justice, Bill Cameron, Adam Lyons, Theron Perry, Shelley Roth, Lieutenant Semper, Matt, and I guess that's everybody. Those excused tonight is Councilmember Roth. He will likely be tardy.
Thank you, Tammy. Look for approval of agenda, please, council.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
We'll give that to Ron.
Okay.
There's been a motion, a second to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 4-0. Thank you, council. And now look for the approval of a consent agenda, please.
Move to approve the consent agenda to include August 27, 2024 claim vouchers 8245 through 8255 and two EFTs in the amount of $11,765.42. And August 13, 2024 meeting minutes, September 10, 2024 claim vouchers 8263 through 8271, and one EFT in the amount of $118,967.77, and the August payroll in the amount of $41,844.10, and the treasurer's report, all have been honored and verified by the
Treat it
auditors.
5-3.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 4-0. Thank you, council. We'll now go to public comment, which is an opportunity for anybody in the public to address the council. It is a time for you to, like I said, basically address the council. It's not an answer, feedback, dialogue. I'm only going over that because we got a couple of new people that are on our sign-up sheet today. So we'll start out with Richard Green. You can do whatever you want, whatever makes you feel most comfortable.
Everyone, thanks for your time. Kind of a last minute thing, so I'm a little unfair. My name is Rich Green. I'm the general manager for Rainier Rail, who traverses through the town here. As many of you know, our trestle is a problem in town. We consistently get hit, and so working with the federal grant, under CRISA grant, we're working on a few things. One of them with hopes to get a little height out of under the bridge, with changing our structure around a little bit. It seems though we have quite a bit of a problem with the traffic not yielding at another bridge. If you're down through here, I'm sure you've seen it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In the time from now to where we actually can do the work to the bridge, it's quite extensive. We're looking for the city to kind of help support us in some kind of way. I don't know if it's a traffic vision or something, but we want to remove those yield signs, and we'd like to put like LED flashing stop signs to get the traffic to stop before it goes under the bridge. These are some of the thoughts that we have. We're just hoping we can get some sort of support from the city. We'll bear the costs of the signage change. I just don't know what it takes. I called earlier, spoke with Tammy, and she said that I should present it to you guys. So here I am, kind of last minute. This was probably an hour and a half ago.
It was.
So, that's what I'm here for. So I'm always available for phone call or whatever. Anyone has calls or questions, Tammy and I communicate quite well. So I'm open for questions if needed. But this, I want to just kind of bring this to council to see if that's an absolute no, or if we could probably make something happen. So
Come on.
that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you. If you've got any more information on that in the next week, could you give it to Tammy?
Yeah.
We're going to have a council retreat coming up, and
Yeah.
we may discuss some of that thing. But if you got any more information on that, so.
I can do a rendering of what it might look like, put some, what our ideas are,
Yeah.
and then present it to you guys, and you guys can say, we're kind of okay with this, but not this, or, you know, we just want to try to slow that traffic down and stop it, because it seems like the tall trucks that hit that bridge usually just go right through it, and then we just gotta we don't wanna do that, we don't wanna disrupt the community, we don't want there to be a problem in the community if we didn't get notified and we have an incident with a train coming off the tracks, that's not good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Second, we have Daniel Green.
David.
Oh, David. Okay, sorry about that, David.
Okay,
Better
well,
put back-
I'm a new resident. I've been here about 3 months, and there's a couple of things that attracted my attention. First of which is this trail. There's a myriad of signage out here that says, no motor vehicles allowed. We're at a stage right now where it seems like everybody has a motor vehicle. It be it on their electric bicycles, their skateboards, or whatever. Is there a definition of what constitutes a mobile vehicle, or a motor vehicle? In other words, I'm recuperating from several surgeries, and I walk the trail every day. Different portions of the trail just for variance, that sort of thing. And I noticed that there's a wealth of people using the trail that don't use common sense and common courtesy. I'm walking, I'm slow, I'm long in the tooth, I'm walking down the road, and a guy flies behind me 20 miles an hour in a vehicle, be it a bike, a mountain bike, a big wide tired bike, or something that's relatively close. And I noticed that the sheriff was here. I was wondering, since there is no police department here, do the sheriffs monitor that? It appears that it's not being monitored because it's every day. It's an everyday occurrence. And, you know, some of us are a little old, you know, and I'd like to find out if anything can be done about it to kind of slow it down a little bit. There's a place in, you know, I hate to say it, but I'm from California. They monitor, there's a city that did such monitoring of pedestrians crossing the street with radar guns, that sort of thing, that you can't get 20, 25 feet away from an intersection unless people stop. It's ingrained to the public there. You can walk across the street anywhere you want there, but if you're on the corner, traffic will stop before you even get to the curb, that sort of thing. And it's out of an exercise of continually monitoring it and finding people that don't adhere to it. So I just wanted to bring it up as a topic. I'd hate to see somebody get hit out there because it doesn't get addressed and then end up in litigation of some sort, that sort of thing, because it's not being monitored. Well, I shouldn't say that because I don't know. I have the opinion, I'm of the opinion because it's constant, that it's not being monitored. The other thing is coming out here, I'm not sure what the road is. I'm the kind of guy that drives by sight, you know, you go to the Red Barn, you turn right at the Green Church, that sort of thing. But this exit where you come on Pond 507, it changes the name when you go over, I believe it's Center Street on the other side of the road. Kind of piggyback on what this gentleman said about the trestle. The trestle's only 0.8 of a mile from this street down to the trestle. I just monitor my walking by how far it is. If some sort of pressure plate or something could be there, because the traffic doesn't yield. And I've seen numerous occasions where people have taken upon themselves, well, I can make it, and they jump on it, you know, to be in between vehicles. I was wondering if there was any sort of a light that could be put up. Again, what this gentleman was saying, Richard Green back here, something that could be done to say, hey, this is coming up, or there are pedestrians here, or a light, a blinking yellow light for pedestrians, that when people want to cross the street, all I have to do is push the button and the lights come on.
Okay, well, thank you. I hate to cut you off. We did give you a little bit more than your 3 minutes, so
I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate
I should
it.
have known that was the case.
Okay,
Mr.
thank you.
Mayor, can I make a comment?
Yes, you may, Dennis.
It always kind of irritates me to hear people say, we don't have a police department. We have an excellent police department. It's called the Thurston County Sheriff's Office. At one time, we did have a police department, and we only got about 8 hours of service 4 or 5 days a week. Now we have 24-hour service 365 days. So we do have a police
I
department.
didn't want to say it that way. I see the sheriff out here often,
And I know that it's monitored. Usually it's in an unincorporated area when they have it, but there's not a standing police force. But there is protection via the sheriff, and I see them constantly out there.
Yeah.
But what I don't see is anybody on the trail, you know? And, to me, it's just an individual thing. You know?
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll now go into staff reports. Matt, you got anything?
No, just continuation of just trying to get inspections done.
Okay, any questions? Thanks, Matt. Any questions for Matt? Lieutenant Simper.
All right, so for August, we saw 109 calls for service here in the city, which is down slightly from the month before. Nothing really of note. There was one incident. We had a deputy sitting on Binghamton at 4:30 in the morning, monitoring traffic, and had a car come through town at 102. He was looking down, and his radar made a high-pitched noise that it was a fast-moving vehicle. So that initiated a pursuit that actually ran down 507, car wrecked, driver bailed. Didn't apprehend the driver at that time, but we arrested him later in Dakota. But that was there on August 9th. A few domestic violence calls, suspicious circumstances calls, but nothing really of note. Area checks by our deputies were consistent with the previous month as well. School's back in session, so your school resource officer is back here during the day, 4 days a week. We're still seeing a tremendous amount of hiring in the sheriff's office. Our staffing is still suffering. We have the bodies, but they're in various stages of pre-academy, academy, and post-academy training. So I'm guessing by the first quarter of 2025, our staffing numbers will be increased, and we should see improvement and some remedy to some of the call volume that we're seeing out in this area. Things are looking good. It's just going to take a little bit of time to even out with the personnel.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Theron?
Okay, since the last council meeting, Public Works has been busy. We did 18 utility locates and 11 animal control calls, which was down a little bit. We actually did take one dog in impound that was dropped off to us, and thankfully within a few hours we had them reunited with their owners, which was good. We continue every day monitoring the city, our wells, our parks. We do drive-bys, check everything out. We finished our rehab of Weyerhaeuser Park with new chips, restained the play facility. Tammy was nice enough to order us some brackets to fix the spring toys, so that is all back up and going, and the kids are loving that. I attended the Fall Evergreen Rural Water Conference in Yakima. That was 3 days of training, and got to go on the convention floor, meet a bunch of vendors, make some contacts, which was good. We read all the water meters, did rereads. I want to give a shout out to Shelly as a big thank you because she got new tablets for us this time, so we were able to sling them over our shoulders and enter everything on new tablets, which worked out really good. We had a minimum of problems for new technology and new software. Put out 60 shutoff notices and narrowed that down to 8 shutoffs today. Painted the floor down at the shelter at Wachowski Park. And last but not least, I wanted to thank the mayor, the council, Tammy, and whoever else was involved for allowing us to be in the Rainier Roundup parade. That was super fun. We had a great time, and I thought it was a great representation of not just Public Works, but our city staff, and it seemed like everybody had a great time.
Thank you, Theron. Any questions? Adam?
So the big news would be the sports courts opening. I think everyone's happy with them. Any more comments? Did a project summary, and it the whole project came in at, $30,572 under budget, due to not, Black Hills did not dip into the minor change budget, which was $10,000. They were also under budget on the asphalt and rock. So, it's good news. I don't know if you wanna do a approval of the orders by the council. I sent Tammy the final, the closeout documents though to get Black Hills paid and, do the final approval, the voucher.
We did, we paid them.
Okay.
Yeah, we were good with them. It was nice that we were under budget.
Yeah, yeah. Besides that, Darren and Ron are reviewing the draft water system plan, and they figure they'll probably have comments in the next few weeks. After that, we'll get the hydrant testing scheduled so that we can, rerun a model on the whole water system. And then we'll get a full draft ready for review by the DOH. The other thing is the thermoplastic striping, funding application that I did in July. The first round of reviews by the Thurston Regional Planning Council is tomorrow. So, they don't anticipate any, questions on it. So, the final approval and award will be in December. We'll have to do some of that.
Thank you, Adam. Any
Yes,
ahead.
should we have, do we need to do something council-wise to get that final voucher paid? I didn't see that in the letter.
No.
Oh, okay,
No, yeah.
okay,
If you wanted to have make a motion to approve the sports board,
okay. Yeah, we cut the check for them today, and then I have to wait for those invoices to come in from PSE, and then I'll submit for reimbursement to the county.
okay. Have people been able to see it at night? The lighting?
Yes.
Are people pleased with the
Yeah,
lighting?
it's great.
Okay.
I told you after Friday night, that when I think I told a lot of people at the retreat, or when we had the ribbon cutting, that when I had a football game that night, when I'd come home at 10 o'clock, I'd be interested, and we had 2 courts playing at 10 o'clock Friday night.
Cool.
It's been busy continuously.
Yeah, no, it's,
Yeah, and the lighting's super bright, looks awesome at night.
It does.
Perfect.
I mean, I was gonna say it in my report, Sunday, I think came through at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and all 4 pickleball courts had people playing. Tonight, just driving down here at 4:30, 3 pickleball courts were full, playing, 2 of them had doubles going, and both ends of the basketball court was going. I mean, there was about 8 cars in the parking lot, and,
Yeah.
all weekend, I was in town, and, you know, it seemed like every time I drove down there, there was always somebody, at least 1 or 2 courts playing.
Oh, great. Okay. The lighting, did PSC contact you guys? They were.
I haven't heard of
They
it.
emailed me on Friday, said that they would be, one thing they want to finalize on the lighting is what hours you want the lights on.
Oh,
We had assumed to have them on all night before, it's the same flat rate per light pole.
yeah,
But you do have the option of having them on at certain hours or even dimming at certain hours. They're not on full.
Didn't know that, that's,
full brightness. Yeah, so that's something that you can work out with them, that's a feature of the lights.
do you wanna forward that email to me, and then we'll discuss it?
Yeah, it was just a short email, I'll ping him again and,
Okay.
tell him to contact you.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
It's just their, hourly schedule / dimming
Okay,
on-off program. we call it, so,
okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
anything else?
that's it.
Any questions for Adam? Thank you, Adam. Thank you for all the work in the sports court.
So, thank you.
Dennis?
Do we have plans for the money we saved?
Well, we'll discuss it at the retreat.
We don't actually get the money because we submit for reimbursement
Oh,
for
okay.
what we
Okay,
paid,
so we only get what we spent.
right?
From Thurston County, right?
So Thurston County might have some extra money. You'll have to talk to them.
I attended TRPC last Friday, and two things of note. One is TRPC received a little over $2 million of money that other jurisdictions were unable to spend. So if you can't meet your obligations, they give it to somebody who can. So we're gonna see some work done on Little Rock Road and Phones Road. We didn't have anything eligible, but it was nice to get the extra money. The second thing is they're selected a subcommittee to look at the assessments for TRPC members. Based on population, hasn't been changed in several years. They're looking at a possible 14% increase, which would be $373 more a year for us.
Okay.
Right now, we're paying $2,632 a year, so not a real big amount, but it's going to be discussed. Other than that, we're preparing our new legislative agenda for the upcoming session. Things are pretty quiet.
Thank you, Dennis. Any questions for Dennis? Ron?
I know, big meeting tomorrow for the Transportation Policy Board. Normally it runs an hour and a half. Tomorrow we're slated for 2.5 hours. Lots of agenda items to take care of. Other than that, that's it for me.
Any questions for Ron? Thank you, Ron. Tom?
I attended the Thurston County ESC meeting last month after our last month's meeting, and just so we know that we still have an opportunity for some grant money for 2025. But what I like to do is get with Public Works and figure out a couple projects that we could do, that we can offer at, we have to January to file that.
Did you see the first step that we talked about in that meeting was we are getting the inserts put in this month's water bill
Yeah,
from the DNR, so
yeah,
we are.
yeah,
But yes, I'd like to get with you to
okay,
discuss steps 2, 3, and 4.
yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna work on the next step. My next meeting's the 19th of this month. And they'll probably ask for an update on our project grants and stuff, so, at least if I can give them, you know, a couple little ideas that we can get going. Also, on the 28th of this month, there's a, preparedness expo for emergency, and that's gonna be in Yelm, at the Yelm Community Center. So, and that's, starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. So if you would like to go to that with me, let me know, and I'll RPS in, and, we can, go from there. But like I said, we have our meeting on the 19th, so I'll have a little more information too after our meeting on the 19th. Our radio checks went well. Shelley did a wonderful job. And I don't think there's anything that we have to worry about communications. If we have an outage or something like that, because all our radios are working, and it's all around town. And I was actually thinking about maybe getting with Shelley and getting with Public Works too, and see if there's a couple more areas that we might wanna get covered. So if anybody's got any ideas or thoughts about that, let me know. And we can grab some more radios and get them out. Other than that, before winter does come, our emergency shelters, I'd like to get with Matt and we'll do an inspection on those and get everything ready to go
Thank you, Tom. Any questions for Tom? Ryan? Any questions for Ryan? Thank you, Ryan. Maureen?
No, just lots of comments on our chapstick from the parade, Tammy. Everyone loved them.
Oh, good. That's always good to hear.
Any questions for Maureen? Thank you. Bill?
No, nothing.
Any questions for Bill? Thank you. Tammy?
So I have an audit coming up. I didn't think I was due for an audit yet this year, but apparently I am. So that kicks off sometime in September. Accountability audit. So not worried because we do all right, I feel like. So that'll keep us busy. We did have the Weyerhaeuser Park, as Theron called it, which I think is cute. They gave us a grant for $5,000 last year to replace the chips, and we finally got the chips in there, and so they met with us to have the photo op with the big check and all that. So they're trying to promote their grant program. So somewhere in social media, our park is going to be on there as a promotion. So so I met with a couple of the ladies with Weyerhaeuser, and we took pictures, and so I'm hoping that kind of gives us a little one up for in the future when we apply for more grants. So because that's part of the requirements or the asks is they want you to have a news article and kind of tell people where you got your money. So we are fulfilling that in hopes that we'll be up to bat next time. Next meeting, Shelly is going to be covering for me because I'll be in Chelan for the AWC conference. I also want to thank Shelly for her role in getting the new handhelds, and it was pretty seamless. We struggled for many years with those handhelds. Shelly as well, struggling, and so now we have nice little tablets. It's wonderful. So we're still working some kinks out with the software, but as far as the handhelds go, it's perfect. And you're going to cover probably the other things that we've been working on, I presume.
I guess so.
The sign and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and that's all I have.
Any questions for Tammy? Okay, I just want to again say one more shout out thanks to everybody on the sport court. We're hearing a lot of feedback about that. Everybody, all city staff and all council members that were at the ribbon cutting. I really appreciate being there and taking time off work, and just all the efforts that we did. And we're not done with it yet. The blacktop will be poured from our last meeting where we talked about the parking lot and blacktopping between the basketball court and the pickleball courts. That's probably going to happen in the next month. Then the parking lot's going to be totally fenced in. We're going to close off the one fence on the one side. Everything that we talked about and you gave us permission at our last council meeting. The fence company's already waiting for the asphalt to get poured. That's all going to get done. I would be shocked if it's not done by middle of November. We're working on getting the sign for the sport court. Tammy and I met with a sign company yesterday. They're going to get us some information on that. So those three things that we talked about, I really hope that we get done this fall. I miss anything on that topic?
No.
Okay. Again, somebody talked about the parade. It was great effort. Every city staff member were participating in the parade, and council members that were able to be there that day. Heard feedback that people did like our city vehicles being in the parade. So that was very cooperative, and thought that went real good. And Ron was overwhelmed, wasn't he, Sarah? He had a great day being the Grand Marshal. If you haven't been up the city shop, from last year's retreat, the 4 bay building's halfway done, I would say. All the poles are in. Concrete got poured yesterday. They cut the lines in the concrete today, and hopefully in the next couple weeks, that will be finished up. So it's looking real good up there. It's cleaning things up, and hopefully, again, by winter time, we'll be able to get all of our equipment under cover. Retreat, 2 Tuesdays from today, 3 p.m. Obviously, you got the menu. Make sure Tammy gets that. If I haven't had anybody reach out to me, please send me an email or text of what you want on the retreat, and I'll put the schedule together like I have for every other year. Looking forward to one of those again. It's really been good, and looking forward to that. And the last thing, Public Works Director position, as you know, Ron is officially leaving the 31st of December, and I think everybody knows that Theron has been in training. It's pretty much common knowledge that he's our next Public Works Director, but last Friday we sat down and I officially offered him the job. He has accepted the job, so officially January 1st, Theron will be our new Public Works Director, and that is finalized now. So thank you, Theron.
Thank you, Mayor, thank you, council, thank you for everybody who's took a chance on me and believed in me, and I'm super happy here.
Yes, we're looking forward to
Likewise.
you being here for a while. So thank you.
Good, thank you.
That's all I have. Okay, new business. Tammy, you want to do this? You want Bill to do it, or you kind of know what we're doing, and you know somebody came to speak about it?
Are you Diana?
Yes.
Okay, Diana Benson. Okay, so Diana is here with the,
Thursday County Auditor's Office.
okay, go ahead if you want to stand up, that'd be great.
I'm height challenged, that's probably good. So I am Diana Benson, I'm Chief Deputy Auditor on behalf of Thurston County Elections and Auditor Mary Hall. She's currently at an national elections conference out of state. We want to thank you, Mayor and Council, for recognizing National Voter Registration Day, which is actually next Tuesday. And so we are visiting around the county, so thank you to all of you. Voting is the cornerstone of our democracy, but if you're not registered, you cannot vote. So we appreciate you helping the word out and helping us with National Voter Registration Day. This year we passed 200,000 registered voters in Thurston County, and it's never been easier to register. Even 16 and 17-year-olds can be registered to vote. This is the 11th year for National Voter Registration Day that we are participating. It's easy. You can go on votelaw.gov and register to vote. And they actually have a new little feature, technology, that you can sign up for text alerts so you can track your ballot, when it's been deposited in the drop box, when it's been received, when it's accepted. So that's a new feature. We also have moved to what I like to call our forever home, because we've been moving around the county since the pandemic. And the Voter Services Center is now next to the Ballot Processing Center. And that opened quietly in August for the primary, but it gave us an opportunity to get ready for this upcoming general. We also have the voting center at the Boise Library, some of the other libraries, and helping with voter assistance. And then we have a student engagement hub at Evergreen State College. So, once again, thank you for your support and your partnership on this and so many other important issues. And we have the proclamation.
Yes, I do.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So this is an action item, and you shall in your council packet, so I do need a motion.
Move to approve national registration.
There's a motion and a second to approve the voter registration day of proclamation. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 5-0. Thank you, council.
Mr. Mayor, I hate to be a nitpicker tonight, but I'm gonna be. You made a comment about voting is the backbone of our democracy. We're not a democracy, we're a republic. We use a democratic system. I'm a stickler for that kind of stuff.
No problem.
Thank you, Dennis. Any old business?
Yes. As per our earlier discussion, I move approval acceptance of our new courts.
Okay. So you make a motion that Tammy, that we pay, submit final pay.
Yes.
And submit for reimbursement from Thurston County.
Correct.
And Ron, you're gonna second that? Okay, there's a motion, a second to approve payment of the sport court final payment. Any further discussion? No further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed 5-0. Thank you, Dennis.
That's really a great project. I have not talked to anybody who's not pleased with the way that turned out.
Yeah, it's gonna get better. We get the parking lot done and everything, it's gonna really come together.
Move to adjourn.
There's a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned officially 5:36.